Thank you.
So we have flown to Paris from Edinburgh, flew to Paris, Beauvais, something like that, which is actually an hour and a half from Paris. So it actually took as long to get to Paris from the airport by coach as it did to get actually fly to Paris from Edinburgh. We left home at 1:30 this morning, so it's been a very early start. It's only just gone 11 o'clock in the morning here, but as I say, I think we're all feeling a little bit tired. But anyway, we've got 24 hours here in Paris, so hopefully going to find a hotel and then explore a little bit of Paris. So here is our very compact little room for the night, but it's in a very central location. And it has all the things that you would need. So this is the Pompidou Centre. Rather striking building. And we're just heading towards Notre Dame Cathedral. Signs of rough sleeping around here. Past a few homeless people already. So it's a beautiful day here in Paris. There's the Seine. Just walking towards Notre Dame Cathedral. So here we have Notre Dame Cathedral, which was very nearly destroyed not that long ago by a devastating fire, and they're still restoring it, but it's open to the public once more, open for worship, and a lot of people queuing to go in it. As much as I'd like to visit, I don't want to spend an hour or two queuing in the sunshine. And a lot of language.
Normalement, elle dit oui, mais je dis oui, je sais, c'est pas une excuse. Elle me dit, ah, non.
party that I have not been invited.
So in the distance we can just make out the Eiffel Tower, so we're walking towards it, but we're sort of making a bit of a detour route to get there, visiting one or two other well-known sites on the way. We've got this fine mist spray that you can walk through, which on a day like today is welcome relief. A very busy river, lots of different craft cruising down the Seine. Welcome to the Louvre. Again, we're not going to be stopping here, but just the building itself is spectacular, and you could spend days in this museum exploring all the exhibits and art. Napoleon III's residence was here as well. I remember being really interested as a child visiting that because I'd studied him in history. It's got the famous pyramid here in the main square of Louvre. So there's lots of people selling trinkets here, but it's obviously illegal because as soon as they see the police coming, they're packing up their stuff and running away. And there's one guy over there, older guy, who's just been caught. See the guys running off of the stuff that they're selling. There's another one. So just in front of us we have the 2024 Paris Olympic Cauldron here in this park. Looking quite impressive. I think that's water and steam spray, but it looks like it's flames, but it's not. So we're now walking along the Champs-Elysee. You have to forgive my terrible French pronunciation, but we're walking towards the Arc de Triomphe. So many beautiful, fine buildings here in Paris. Simply not enough time to see it all. Lots of very high-end shops along this street. A bit above my budget. So just took my life into my hands crossing this road. There doesn't seem to be any other way of getting to the Arc de Triomphe apart from running across the road and dodging the traffic. I thought there might be an underpass, but there doesn't seem to be one. But anyway, it's worth coming here just to get a bit of a closer view. It does surprise me that for such a popular visitor location there doesn't seem to be an underpass. And I wouldn't want to drive around this either. Traffic's a bit crazy. Grave to the unknown soldier there from the First World War. So we've got a good view there down the Champs-Elysee towards the Louvre Palace. And then the Arc de Triomphe. Again, apologies for my pronunciation. Okay, this is how you cross the road. Is it safe to go? Made it. I'm not sure why she's got such a heavy armed guard. Tomek's just pointed out this sign, which does seem to indicate that there is a way of getting to the Arc de Triomphe without having to cross the road. When you get away from the main tourist hotspots and get onto the side streets here in Paris, it suddenly gets really peaceful and quiet. Maybe get a bit of a glimpse of what Paris is like for those that actually live here. Look at this tiny little citron. I've not seen a citron like that before. Certainly convenient for parking around cities. So this is one of the best viewpoints of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. It's also the location Hitler came when Paris fell to the Nazis in the Second World War, and there's photos and videos of a film of Hitler looking at the Eiffel Tower from this exact location. So this very fine looking building is the military school. If I pan round there, it says cavalry. Welcome to Montmartre. Very popular place for views over Paris. Beautiful evening.
Aber ich will erst noch einmal fahren.
Good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Paris, and we've come to Bastille in Paris. Now, I believe that this place where I am standing is the site of the former Bastille prison and fortress that was stormed in July 1789 and marked the start of the French Revolution. And this monument in front of me is the July column, and it commemorates the Revolution of 1830. And if I just look online, it says here, commemorates the Revolution of 1830, stands in the centre of the Place de la Bastille and celebrates the free glorious days of the 27th to 29th of July 1830 that saw the fall of Charles X, King of France, and the commencement of the July monarchy of Louis Philippe, King of the French. I used to know quite a lot of French history, but unfortunately have forgotten quite a lot of it. Anyway, we've got here a little port which is providing shelter for these rather wonderful boats. We're just going to have a little look at this area before we make our way to the station. I've always had a dream of living on a boat on the French waterways. There's thousands of miles of waterways to explore in France. I think it must be a wonderful way of life. Some really beautiful boats along here. This is where I get my boat envy. So welcome to Gare de Lyon. I think it's one of 8 railway terminals here in Paris. I think this is the one that links Paris to the south, although I may be wrong about that. quite excited about this journey. Never been on a TGV before. It's a big station.
Gare de Lyon, vous êtes en attente de votre embarquement. Attention, nous sommes actuellement en plan d'espérance d'urgence avant partant. Pour des raisons de sécurité, veuillez...
So this train is now delayed by 1 hour, which means that we've missed our connecting bus, unfortunately. It's also an incredibly long train. So it looks like we're right at the front of the train. So welcome to Macon Luge TGV, if that's how you pronounce it. So we've got about an hour and a half now to kill before we get on our bus to Taizé. So just killing some time as we wait for the bus. Just been checking the forecast for this coming week. They've issued a severe weather alert for the whole of the south of France. On Tuesday it's forecast to be 39 degrees where we're going to be. Which is, even for me, a little bit too hot. Anyway, another hour or so to kill before the bus arrives, and hopefully we'll get to our destination just after 5.